All right, all those pieces are cut. It's about ready to turn into something real cool. Got some stainless, we got some acrylic. Any guesses what I'm gonna do with this? Hit pause, leave a comment, and then watch the rest of the video. When you first look at this, you might think boombox, especially when I start putting it together. But it's not a boombox. Although that does sound like fun to build one of those, old school, with a little deck in the middle and everything. Big car battery on the inside, none of this lithium stuff, old school. What this is actually gonna be is finally gonna be replacing my old school test bench speakers. These CT Sound 6.5 coaxes have been around on my bench for over 10 years and they sound great. They actually thump really nice in this box, but I wanted something newer and better. I wanted something with banana plugs on the front so I can actually hook amps up to the speakers without having to reach to the back. There's terminals in the back, but they're hard to get to without knocking things over. Plus I wanted something new anyway, so this is what we're doing. Test bench upgrade in full effect. We got a Gately audio set of 3-ways here. We got an 8, we got a 3, and we got a tweeter. Some sky high crossovers, keeping them under control. And a couple little modules, which you'll see coming up soon here, what that does. Of course, you know we're gonna light this up with some LEDs to make it look cool. The idea was to have full range into the crossover at the bottom, and I'd be able to take over with banana plugs each speaker individually if I want to. So I could just put whatever straight into it, right into the crossovers, right to the 3-way, and it will all play perfectly. And then if I want to do just the mid bass or the mid range or the tweeter only, just tap in with the banana plugs. Because on the test bench we're gonna have 4 channels and things like that. Of course, I ran into a little problem after I already labeled this and cut all the holes. I'll tell you all about it here in a few minutes during the build. You'll see what the problem was and what those little modules are for that I'm getting ready to use. So I almost gave up on it until I figured out I could do it a different way. So now we're back on board again. For a test bench speaker, this is gonna get way more complicated than it needs to be. I just wanted to hook it up and have some front facing banana plugs so they're easy to get to, but it turned into a whole another thing. So here we go, let's build it. So this is 18 gauge stainless steel, little front trim plate, brushed, looks really nice. Should have a 1/2 inch front plate when it's all said and done. Where do I even begin with all this stuff? It's not all shiny and clear yet because the backing film is still on it. I'm gonna peel that when I'm ready to. Even the blue is gonna be gone, it's gonna be clear. That was a different type of acrylic I had to use because I ran out. We got a little panel on the bottom for it to sit on. It's gonna be full of LEDs to make this thing shine. I say we open these things up and do a little test fit. Make sure the speakers are fitting in there, making sure they're looking good. Get it all the way I want it, and then set it up and start wiring it all up. And I got these cool little things right here that I'm hoping will save the day. One for each side. Have you figured out what this thing's gonna do yet? Again, I'm probably taking this a lot further than I need to. Couple little banana plugs on the front and I'd have been done, but want to be able to take control of those other two speakers in case I'm testing a 4-channel and I only want a certain frequency to be playing. So yeah, might be halfway pointless, but should be fun and look cool when it's all done. Let's see if these speakers fit. That's looking pretty good. There's a couple flaws. It's not perfect, but it's also not going to any kind of car shows or anything like that. It's a test bench speaker. But overall, it's not too bad. I hate to cut this video short when all I have left to do is hook up the speakers, but there's a lot more wiring involved than it looks like. It's not really rocket science, but those little modules have to be wired up in a certain way in order to do what I want it to do. It is a set of 3-ways with a crossover, and those modules are going to interrupt the crossover and stop any sort of backfeed from coming in when I do these individually. So it's going to be a little bit more work. If you want to see how this comes out, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video. Yeah.